Good morning, dear students. Today I will tell you about the indices. That is the chapter 8 in your book. Open your book and go through the questions and also the introductions about the indices. I will tell you everything about the indices. What is the meaning of indices and other things with examples. Here you can see this one is chapter 8 indices. There are some laws are written because in class 8 you have read about some properties of the indices. They are the revision, type of revision. Like these are the laws: a to the power m into a to the power n. When you write a to the power m, m is called indices and this is called base. A is called base. So a to the power m into a to the power n is equal to a to the power m plus n. M plus n means if the bases are same, a and a are same and it is in multiplication, then the powers will be added. Similarly, if you have the division a to the power m upon a to the power n, then the powers which is in denominator you will write as with the minus sign in the numerator, means a to the power m minus n. But base should be same. Base should be same. The third one is the a to the power m whole power n. When this type of expression is written, you will multiply these two powers because both are the power. This is the whole power and this is the power of a. You multiply the power m and power n, that is m into n, a to the power m into n. But if any variable, any number having the power 0, then it is equal to 1 always. So a to the power 0 means 1, 2 to the power 0 means 1, 5 to the power 0 means 1, x to the power 0 means 1, and also if you have the multiplication x y to the power 0 is also 1. There are some applications. These are the basic rules. There are some applications. A, B, if two numbers in multiplication and having whole power, that is n. So you can multiply this power in the power of A and power of B. And if you will ask where is the power? Yes, power is there. If no power is written of any variable, you will consider as 1. So a to the power 1, b to the power 1. So m into 1, so a to the power m into b to the power m. When the m multiply these two. Similarly, this one under root a, and there is in a small letter it is written the n. This is called root of a. Root of a means this is the a to the power 1 upon n. The number which is written here you will write as 1 upon that number. This is the meaning of the root of the a, and the root it is called. Similarly, this one, this and this both are the same. A upon b to the power m. So multiply because here power 1. So multiply this a, this m into 1. So a to the power m, and m also multiply to the power b to the power m. Power will be multiplied only into the power, not into the variable, that is called base. Base may multiply nahi ho. Similarly, a to the power minus n. If this is minus sign, if you want to change into the positive, and in every question, if the variable having the negative power, you have to change into the positive power. So a to the power minus n is equal to 1 upon a to the power n. This will go in the denominator and this minus sign will change into the plus sign. and the whole thing will go in the denominator. The last one and the one more thing is here, comparison of the powers. Comparison of the powers means a to the power m is equal to a to the power n and the bases are equal. मतलब ये a equal है. In that case, you can say the powers will be equal. M is equal to n if bases are equal. A to the power m is equal to a to the power n means m is equal to n. मतलब bases are equal, so powers will be equal. Similarly, if a to the power m is equal to b to the power m, in that case the powers are equal, so the bases will be equal, means vice versa. Both are the correct in both the sense. So these are the laws that you will study or you will use in this exercise. Now I am going to tell you about some questions. Questions are there. You can see the exercise 8. Open the exercise 8 and some examples and some questions I am doing here, and you have to follow the rules and rules of the indices. First question, exercise 8, it is given the simplify 1 to 20. Question number 1 to 20, simplify. Simplify means write the expression in the simplest form, means after that anybody cannot simplify. That is called the simplify, मतलब the simplest form. जैसे for example 81 upon 16. Question number 1, 81 upon 16 whole power minus 3 by 4. It is given. Basically, first you will change the negative power into positive power. हमेशा, always. So how will you do? For this, when this minus sign will change into the positive sign, I said this you apply a to the power minus n is equal to 1 upon a to the power n. मतलब ये जो base है, that numerator will go into the denominator. It means if denominator is there, will go into the numerator. So 16 upon 81, you will take the reciprocal of these two. 81 will go into the denominator, 16 will go into the numerator. And by this way, you can write one more rule. A upon b to the power minus n is equal to b upon a to the power n. You can write. And this plus 3 by 4 it will be. Clear? Now change 16 into the prime factors and 81 also into the prime factors. So 2 to the power 4 upon 3 to the power 4, because 16 you can write as 2 into 2 into 2 and 3 into 3 into 3 into 3. So by this way you will get. Now using this rule, a upon b whole power m is equal to a to the power m upon b to the power m, means this 4 you can write here, or 4 you can write in this way also, 2 by 3 whole power 4 and then whole power 3 by 4. Now multiply these two power, as I told you, the a to the power m whole power n is equal to a to the power mn. So multiply these two power, what you will get? 2 by 3 whole power 4 into 3 by 4. 4 cancel. So 2 by 3 to the power 3 and then simplify. So 2 cube upon 3 cube. So it will be 8 by 27. This is the simplest form of this question. Next question is simplification is also here. This is a to the power minus 1, question number 2, second part. A to the power minus 1 plus b to the power minus 1 whole upon ab to the power minus 1. I told you, you have to change negative power into the positive power. So negative power into the positive power. 1 upon a to the power minus 1 you can write as 1 upon a plus 1 upon b whole upon 1 upon ab. Clear? This minus 1, so 1 upon numerator will change into the denominator. Take the reciprocal. Then because this is 1 upon a plus 1 upon b, in a bracket you have to take LCM and then simplify. So LCM is, what is LCM? LCM is AB, and no need to tell that how to take LCM, because this is the class 9th, and in class 9th I suppose that all of you know how to take the LCM. 1 upon AB, and then this AB will go into the numerator. So b plus a upon AB, and AB upon 1 you can write, AB and AB cancel. So the answer is b plus a. This is the simplification of second question, second part. By this way you can simply write. Now the next question is question number 4. Question number 4, first part, 3a b to the power minus 1 plus 2b a to the power minus 1. This is the question, and you have to simplify. Simplification again, because the minus 1 is there, power minus 1, you can change into the positive. So 3a, if you will change, because it is already in denominator, if you write in numerator, then it will change into the positive power. b to the power 1 plus 2b into a to the power 1. You write or don't write, doesn't matter. इसको नहीं भी लिखा जाता है, तो it understood that is, it is the power is 1. So this is the 3ab and plus 2ab is equal to 5ab. This is the simplification. So these are the questions in which you will apply, means the indices, rule of indices, and in many questions you have to change negative power into the positive power, then simplify. Now some more questions are there which are based on the changing the negative power into the positive power, like question number 5, 6, these are the, but 7th question, if you see the 7th one, 7th question, the first part, 27 to the power 12 by 3 into 8 to the power minus n upon 6, 18 to the power minus n upon 2. When you have the different numbers and that cannot be cancelled, so you have to change into the prime factors. Every number that change into the prime factor. But before changing into the prime factors, what you have to do? If the question having the negative power, you have to change into the positive power. Because here the two numbers are having a negative power. So 2n by 3 into 8. How will you write? Only write this in denominator and this in numerator. So 18 to the power n by 2 you can write upon 8 to the power n by 6. You can. Now change into the prime factors. How to change into the prime factors? 27 you can write 3 cube to the power 20, 2n by 3. 18 you can write as 2 into 3 into 3 into 2. मतलब like this. Because this is equal to 80. मतलब इसको you can write as the 3 square, 2 into 3 square to the power n by 2. Similarly 8, 2 cube, so 2 cube to the power n by 6. Now multiply the powers using which rule? A to the power a, b, yeah, you can say the a to the power m whole power n is equal to a to the power n. better you write the formula which you are using in the question inside. If you write that, means you can learn that formula also. 3 to the power of 2n, this is 3 2n into 3 into, because n by 2, so multiply here also and multiply here also. So 2 to the power n by 2 into 3 to the power 2 into n by 2. Divided by 2 cube means 2, 3 into n by 6. Where 2 cancel, 3 cancel. You will have 2 to the power 3 to the power 2n, 2 to the power n by 2 and into 3 to the power n. Whole upon 3 to the 6 means 2 to the power n by 2. Now you can see 2 to the power n by 2 and 2 to the power n by 2 all are in multiplication. You can cancel it, and 3 to the power 2n, 3 to the power n, because bases are same and the powers you can add. So 2n plus n, that is 3 to the power 3n. This is the answer in simplest form. This is the question. Now the next one, next part of the 7th question, this is also the very good question, because in this question there is no plus sign or multiplication sign between the two numbers, but here the minus sign between the two numbers. You can see 7th question, second part. 5 into 25 to the power n plus 1 minus 25 into 5 to the power 2n whole upon 5 into 5 to the power 2n plus 3 minus 25 to the power n plus 1. This is the question. You have to simplify. For simplification, 5, every number you have to change into the prime factors. So 25, if you want to change into the prime factor, that is 5 into 5 means 5 square. If 125, then 5 cube. By this way you can change. Here only 25 is there. So 5 into, you can write as 5 square to the power n plus 1 minus this 25, because you can write as 5 square, so 5 to the power 2n whole upon 5 into 5 to the power 2n plus 3, this is power 1, minus 5 square to the power n plus 1. Clear? Then multiply this power into the power which is written inside the bracket. N plus 1 into 2, here also n plus 1 into 2. So what you will get, that is 5 into 5 to the power 2n plus 2 minus 5 to the power 2n plus 2 divided by 5 into 2n plus 3 minus 5 to the power 2n plus 2. Then you have to take common. You have to take common which is the which term, what is common in the numerator and denominator. 5 to the power 2n plus 2, 5 to the power 2n plus 2, you can take common from the numerator. Okay, so take common 5 to the power 2n plus 2 from numerator. So you will have 5 minus 1. Then in denominator, can you see the 5 to the power 2n plus 2 is common? No. But you can take common 5 to the power 2n plus 2 if this is 2n plus 3, if you change this as 2n plus 2. Again 5 to the power 2n plus 3 can you write as 5 to the power 2n plus 2 plus 1? ये लिख सकते हैं. Then you can write as 2n plus 2 into 5 by, because plus sign power is added to your multiplication So in this case you can write this one in this way, 5 to the power 2n plus 2 into 5 to the power 1. तो इसको हम लिखने जा रहे हैं 5 into 5 to the power 2n plus 2 into 5 to the power 1 minus 5 to the power 2n plus 2. अब common 2n plus 2, 5 minus 1 that is 4 divided by common is 5 to the power 2n plus 2 and 5 into 5 that is 25 minus 1 and this both are cancelled, so 4 by 24 that is 1 upon 6. This 1 upon 6 is the answer of this question. So by this way you can solve the question. There are some more questions. There are some more questions that you have to apply the way, method, rules. And if any problem, then you can query in my WhatsApp number, personal WhatsApp number, or in the group 10C, 9A group you can consult. And I will ask also the questions to you by contacting you personally in your number. This is given in my WhatsApp in this group 9A. And tomorrow I will continue the exercise from question number 8. But you have to do practice because you are not kids. You are in class 9 and you are going to appear for the board examination. That is why you have to do the questions by yourself also. Do not depend upon the only teachers. You can take guidance, you can ask the questions, anything you can, but maximum questions you have to do in your copy. Practice, do practice well, then you can get the good marks, because in this position, in the online lockdown position, because the no teachers are going here and there, students are also not going here and there, therefore you have to do your efforts, and in all the subjects, not only in the maths but in all the subjects you have to do your efforts. Okay, thank you. I will see you tomorrow.